There's a number of myths about DUI in Alabama. In this video, I'm going to talk about the top 3. The first of which is that bad driving equals DUI. It doesn't. Prosecutors and police officers will often say, look, the guy, he was driving badly. That means he's guilty of DUI. But that's not the truth. The truth of the matter is, and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has looked into this, bad driving, as far as DUI, about 35% of the time, it's a sign of DUI, and the other, 65%, is just people doing bad driving. I mean, sometimes we're idiots, we don't look where we're going, we're distracted by a cell phone, or whatever. So, the fact that the prosecutor or the police are saying you were driving badly, that doesn't mean you were DUI, and it doesn't mean you're going to be convicted of DUI. Not only bad driving, even awful driving doesn't mean it. I was driving back from court one day, my secretary calls me, I'm on I-565, I made a mistake. I wasn't looking where I was going. I look down at the phone, I look up, here comes a big old semi, I'm about to smash into the back of it, I slam the brakes, I do a 180 or a 360 or whatever. Was I intoxicated? No. Negligent? Yeah. But intoxicated, under the influence of anything? No. So that's one of the myths. I think the biggest lie is that when people believe they're going to be convicted of DUI just because they were arrested. That's not true. And thankfully, you're presumed innocent, and many times a skillful DUI lawyer can show that you are not guilty and your case can be dismissed. And sometimes, even if you're guilty, a skilled defense lawyer will be able to prevent the state from getting a conviction. The second big DUI myth is, well, I drank alcohol, so I must be guilty, or I smoked some marijuana, so I must be guilty. That's not true, because generally there's different ways of proving a DUI. So on an alcohol DUI, they have to prove that the alcohol influenced your ability to safely drive a motor vehicle, or that you were over the legal limit. And while this video, we don't want this to be a 5-hour video, there's a number of ways that lawyers will argue and attack that kind of thing. If it's the issue of, the person consumed alcohol, well, I could go to a wine tasting and have a strong odor of alcohol. It does not mean I'm intoxicated without more. Similarly, even breath tests, you say, well, I'm over the legal limit. Well, were you? What time was the alcohol consumed? What time were you actually driving? How long did it take to be absorbed into your body? Was the testing device working accurately? Similarly, marijuana, again, the fact that somebody smoked a little marijuana doesn't mean that they were impaired and couldn't safely operate a motor vehicle. As of right now, we don't even have accurate standards as to percentage of THC in the blood to determine what is or isn't a legal level of intoxication when it comes to marijuana. So that's myth number 2. I think the third most common myth is, well, gee, I did badly on those field sobriety tests that the officer gave me, so I must, I'm going to be convicted. Why hire a lawyer? Again, there are so many different arguments and things that can be raised as to field sobriety tests. A lot of people, somebody might be nervous, they might be overweight, and they might perform badly having nothing to do with alcohol. Sometimes the issue is whether or not they did perform badly. For example, one of the tests is the, walk and turn, the walk line. Well, if that person is doing it with, the strobe light effect of the police car at night in the rain with wind and maybe wearing, cowboy boots or high heels and while they're nervous, that test does not show that the person was under the influence. Even if they do badly, it can show a number of things. So a skillful lawyer is going to look at all of these things. The main point of this video is that there's a number of myths about DUI, and you need to talk to a skilled DUI lawyer. Don't just fall on the sword and say you're guilty. There's a lot of negative consequences of that, of course. Talk to a skilled lawyer, see what they have to say, and then decide what you want to do. If your case is in North Alabama and you'd like our help, just give us a call. The phone number's below. Thanks for watching.